All right, so for today's lesson, we'll be looking at SOL 8.14, specifically 8.14b, which is simplifying expressions. For this SOL, the students will simplify algebraic expressions in one variable. So some vocabulary we'll be looking at, or that we will use throughout. Um, Order of operations, constant, exponent, replacement values, base, square root, coefficient, rational operation, parentheses, evaluate algebraic expression, variable, integer, perfect square term, quantity, like term, brackets, and absolute value. So here's some keywords that we will be using not only in this lesson, but throughout our Algebra 1 year. All right, so the first portion that we're going to go ahead and take a look at is simplifying algebraic expressions. All right, by combining like terms. Remember, with like terms, variable terms, so those are terms with variables. For example, if I were to write 5x, that is an example of a variable term. 1/2 y is an example of a variable term. So those are terms with variables. Constant terms are terms without variables. So we have 2 is a constant. 4 is a constant. 94 is a constant. Coefficients are the numbers next to the variable. So for example, we have 5x. So in this situation, 5 is going to be our coefficient. Or 1/2 y, 1/2 is going to be our coefficient. All right, so we can simplify expressions by combining like terms. And what we mean by like terms are terms that not only have the same variable, but have the same exponent. So for example, if we look at this expression, and I'm going to use different colors to demonstrate, you can simplify an algebraic expression by combining like terms. So the first thing you want to do is look for those like terms. All right, so I can see that I have 7x. So I'm going to look for terms that have the same variable and same exponent. In this situation, since I just have x, that means my exponent is 1. So I'm going to look for other terms that have an x as their variable, but also has an exponent of 1. So we can see that we have negative 5x and we have a positive 4x. So you always want to keep the sign with the term. So here, with combining like terms, all you're doing is simply combining your coefficients. Your variable is going to stay the same. So I have 7x minus 5x. 7 minus 5 is going to give me 2. And then I have plus 4. So 2 plus 4 is going to give me 6. So far I have 6x as a term. The next thing we're going to look for is our constant. So we have a constant of positive 3, a constant of positive 8, and a constant of negative 1. So we have 3 plus 8, which is 11. 11 minus 1 is 10. So combining like terms, I get the simplified expression of 6x plus 10. I cannot combine 6x and 10 because 6x is a variable term and 10 is a constant. They do not have the same variable. I like to say that they don't have the same last name. So that's another way that you can look at simplifying expressions as well. They do not have the same last name. All right, so let's take a look at some examples. Of course, there are a lot of examples going on here. We're not going to take a look at all of them, but just take a look at a few of them just to help us with combining like terms, or jog our memory of combining like terms. All right, so we're going to take a look at number 1. Number 1, we can see that we have 3x and we have 6x. Again, they both have the variable of x, and their exponent is 1. So we have 3x plus 6x. So we're going to add 3x and 6, which is 9, and we get 9x. All right, let's jump down to number 5. So we have 7p minus 1 minus 9p plus 5. So again, I'm going to get those variable terms. I have 7p and I have a negative 9p. All right, so 7p and a negative 9p. So 7 minus 9 is going to give me a negative 2, and I'm going to keep my variable the same. Now let's look at my constants. I have -1 and I have a +5. So -1 plus 5 is going to give me a +4. All right. Let's jump on. We're going to look at number 9 next. All right. So I have 26x plus 2y minus 4x plus 10y. All right. Taking a look there, again, getting those variable terms. So I have 26x and I have a -4y. So I have 26 minus 4, which is going to give me 22x. Next, I see that I have a 2y and a 10y. So again, adding 2 and 10 is going to give me a +12. And keeping on that y, again, I cannot combine like terms because x and y are not the same variable. All right, so next let's take a look at number 12. All right, we have x squared plus 2xy minus 7xy plus 4y squared. All right, so I have x squared here. Looking here, I do not have another term that combines with x squared, so my x squared is going to stay the same. I have 2xy and a -7xy. So we have 2 minus 7, which is going to give us a -5xy. And looking at my 4y squared, there is not another term to combine that with. So it's just going to stay the same. My expression is simplified to x squared minus 5xy plus 4y squared. All right. So the next thing we can also do is apply this with different applications. So for example, looking at number 15, I have find the perimeter. So remember when we find the perimeter, we're just simply adding up all the sides. So in number 15, we are finding the perimeter of the triangle by adding up the sides. So I have 2x plus 1 plus x plus 3x. So taking a look at our expression, I have a 2x, x, and 3. Those are like terms. So I have 2 plus x. Remember, anytime you say a variable by itself, that means that has a coefficient of 1. So that's 2 plus 1, which is going to give me 3, plus another 3 is going to give me 6x. And my 1 is going to stay the same. So I get the expression of 6x plus 1. All right, now I want you to try a couple of these or a few of these on your own. So I want you to try number 11 and number 16. So I want you to pause the video and combine like terms on number 11 and number 16. Once you're finished, you can collaborate with a partner and then come back to the video and check your answer. All right. So let's look at these examples. So looking at number 11, we have -4a squared b plus 7 plus 10ab squared. Oh, excuse me, 10a squared b. So again, we can see that -4a squared b and 10a squared b are like terms. So we have -4 plus 10, which is going to give us a 6a squared b plus 7. Here at number 16, we're finding the perimeter. Remember, a rectangle has two sides that are the same, two pair of sides that are the same. So that's going to help us as well. So in this little area here, I have 3y minus 5 plus 3y minus 5. So from that expression, I get 6y minus 10. All right, so then I have y plus 2 plus y plus 2. So from that expression, I'm going to get 2y plus 4. Then we're going to add those two together. Running out of a little bit of space, so I'm going to take this over here. So I have 6y minus 10 plus 2y plus 4. I'm just going to scratch that problem out so no one thinks it goes with that problem. So 6y plus 2y gives me 8y. And then I have -10 and a +4, so I get -6. All right, so that goes with number 16. All right, Another piece of combining like terms is called the distributive property. So as we get into closer to solving multi-step equations, we'll definitely start seeing the distributive property more. And when we get into multi-step equations, you will be using the distributive property and combining like terms in order to solve multi-step equations. All right. So let's just take a look at a few of these. The distributive property, basically when you have a number outside of the variable, you're distributing it to each term inside of the variable. Um, of course, obeying the operations that are there. So for example, for number one, I have 7 being multiplied by the expression x plus 4. If you've ever heard it before, diving dolphins, so you're just going to multiply your x times your 7 or your 7 times your x, and your 7 also gets multiplied by 4. So 7 times x gives me 7x, 7 times 4 gives me a positive 28. Let's hop over to number 3. The same idea, I have negative 4 times the expression y plus 3. So my negative 4 gets multiplied by y. My negative 4 gets multiplied by 3. So I get negative 4y plus 12. Alright? Number 5. We'll start by number 5. This is going to be a popular one. So you see the negative sign outside of your parentheses. So anytime you see that negative sign, it's just like multiplying by a negative 1. So I'm going to take this negative 1 and distribute it to my y and distribute it to my negative 9. So negative 1 times a positive y gives me a negative y. A negative 1 times a negative 9. A negative times a negative is a positive. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides. Or not to both sides, excuse me. I'm going to have a positive 9 because of a negative times a negative is a positive. Alright? Looking at the couple of examples that we did, you'll notice that when you are distributing and just doing the distributive property, you get the same number of terms out as it was inside of the parentheses. So we can see in these examples I had 2 numbers inside of my parentheses. After completing the distributive property, I have 2 terms. Alright, let's jump down to number 13. It's a great example. So we have 6a times the expression b plus 2c. So I have 6a is going to be multiplied by b and by 2c. So 6a times b gives me 6ab. And then 6 times 2c, I'm going to multiply 2 and 6, which is 12. And then ac. So there's nothing else that I can do to simplify that anymore. Looking at number 14, I'm going to distribute my 2 to my x, my 2 to my y, and my 2 is also going to be multiplied or distributed to my 8. So I get 2x minus 2y plus 16. We can definitely also distribute using fractions as well, so do not panic when you see a fraction. For example, looking at number 16, multiply both of those terms by 1/4. 1/4 of 8, so that's like 8 divided by 4, which is going to give me 2. And then 1/4 of 4, it's negative 4 divided by 4, which is going to give me a negative 1. Alright, we can also distribute fractions to other fractions. Remember, when we're multiplying fractions, it's numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So here with number 17, I have 1 times 3, which gives me 3, and then I have 6 times 5, which gives me 30x. And then I have 1/6 of 18, it's just like 18 divided by 3, 18 divided by 6. So I get 18 divided by 6. I'm going to draw this arrow, 3 divided by 30. We can divide both of those numbers by 3 and get 1/10 x. And then 18 divided by 6 gives me 3. Alright? The next thing we're going to look at is putting these two together. Alright? So we can distribute and combine like terms in the same expression. Alright? So anytime you are simplifying expressions, you always want to distribute first and then combine like terms. So looking at number 1, I have 8 times 2x minus 3 minus 6x. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute my 8 to my 2x and my negative 3. So I get 16x minus 24 minus 6x. Now that I've distributed, I always check for like terms. I see that I have 16x and a negative 6x. So that's going to give me 10x minus 24. Alright. Now looking at number 2, again I have to distribute twice here, but again it's still distributing and then combining like terms. So distributing my 9 to my 2k and my negative 4, I get 18k minus 36. Then I'm going to distribute my negative 2 and I get negative 14k plus 24. I have 18k and a negative 14k, which gives me 4k. I have a negative 36 and a positive 24, combining that, and I get negative 12. Alright, so now I want you to pause the video and I want you to try number 4 for me. So that's 6 plus 8 times 4w minus 7 minus 2w plus 1. So you're going to have to distribute twice here and then combine like terms. Alright, so now taking a look at this. So my 6 is going to stay the same for right now. 8 times 4 is going to give me 32w. 8 times 7 is going to give me a negative 56. Remember here, anytime you see this subtraction symbol here, you're multiplying by a negative. So I have negative 2w, or you're distributing that negative to each of those terms. And then I have negative 1 times a positive 1, which gives me a negative 1. So I have 32w minus 2w, which gives me 30w. And a positive 6 minus 56 is going to give me negative 50. And then negative 50 minus 1, that gets more negative. So that's going to give me negative 51. All right, now it's time to summarize what you have learned from this lesson.